Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Pelshia, moderator for the conference call. Welcome to Brightcom Group Limited Investors Conference Call. The duration of the call will be for 1 hour 15 minutes. We have with us today Mr. Suresh Reddy, Chairman and Managing Director, Mr. Narayana Raju, Chief Financial Officer, Mr. Peshwa Acharya, President Group Strategy, Brightcom Group Limited. At this moment, all participants are in listen-only mode. Later, we will conduct a question and answer session. At that time, if you have a question, please press star and 1 on your telephone keypad. Please note this conference is recorded. Before we go ahead with the conference, Brightcom Group would like to mention that during the conference call, certain statements in this call reflecting Brightcom's future growth prospects or forward-looking statements, which involve a number of risks and uncertainties that would cause results to differ materially from those in such forward-looking statements. The company does not undertake to update any forward-looking statements that may be made from time to time by or on behalf of the company. Now I hand over the floor to Mr. Narayana Raju. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. I'm pleased to address you today to discuss our company's performance during the first quarter of 2023-24. It is with great satisfaction that I report on the remarkable achievements we have made in the face of an ever-evolving and dynamic global landscape. Our financial results for the quarter one underscore the strength of our global presence and our ability to navigate through the challenges. We recorded exceptional revenues of 1,690.32 crores during this quarter, and it is about 14.16% increase compared to the same quarter last year, that is June 30, 2022. We have achieved a profit after tax of 321.47 crores, amounting to about 15.96% increase compared to the same quarter last year. Our EBITDA too has increased by about 14.49%, and the annualized ROE stands for 17.6%. This has resulted in an earnings per share of rupees 1.59 compared to 1.37 in the first quarter of 2022-23. which is about 16% increase. This growth can be attributed to a combination of factors, including our innovative projects such as audio advertisements, strategic partnerships, and our team's dedicated efforts in adapting to new trends and embracing the ongoing challenges in the mix of performance versus CPM ads. One of our key strengths lies in our global reach. During the first quarter, we started our audio advertisement operations in the US markets, strategically positioning ourselves to tap into the emerging opportunities. This expansion has not only increased our customer base, but has also diversified our revenue streams, especially for our standalone operations. And it is mitigating the risks associated with any single market fluctuations. Coming to the standalone financials, the revenue for the standalone for the quarter ending June 30, 2023 stands at 152.54 crores compared to 95.50 crores for the quarter ending June 30, 2022. It is an increase of about 60% year over year. This is mainly due to the 55.7 crore contribution from the audio division. And the profit after tax for the standalone for the quarter ending June 30, 2023 stands at rupees 9.3 crores compared to about 55.7 lakhs during quarter ending June 30, 2022. And that's a substantial jump. When it comes to the segment-wise performance, our digital marketing segment has contributed to about 1,593.49 crores during the current quarter, and the software division has contributed to 96.83 crores. The profit before tax of digital marketing segment stands at 445.49 crores, and the software division stands at rupees 42.84 lakhs. One of the key things that's driving this, exceptional results is our innovation, which is at the core of our business. At the heart of our success is our unwavering commitment to explore new avenues to generate revenue. Quarter 1 saw the launch of our audio division, which have not only garnered positive feedback but also solidified our position. Our innovative solutions continue to provide advertisers and publishers with cutting-edge tools to optimize their campaigns and enhance their reach. And the strength of ours is data-driven insights, and as you know, data is the backbone of our industry, and our prowess in harnessing data for actionable insights sets us apart. We have invested heavily in data analytics, allowing us to provide our clients with valuable insights into consumer behavior, trends, campaign performance, and so on. This data-driven approach has been instrumental in enhancing the effectiveness of our offerings. Speaking about challenges and opportunities, while we celebrate our success, we acknowledge the challenges that lie ahead. The ad tech landscape is dynamic, and regulatory changes, technological shifts, and global impacts can definitely impact our operations. However, our adaptable business model and agile workforce are well equipped to respond to these challenges and convert them into opportunities for growth. About the outlook for the coming quarters. As we look ahead to the coming quarters, our outlook remains positive. As we start exploring our options to expand our footprint in APAC region, we believe that we will be able to capitalize on emerging trends, expand our market presence in the APAC region, and deliver even greater value to our clients and stakeholders. Our commitment to innovation, customer centricity, and global collaboration will continue to drive our success. To conclude, I want to express my gratitude to our talented teams around the world whose dedication and hard work have brought us to the outstanding Q1 results. Our achievements are a testament to their expertise and unwavering commitment. I now hand over the call to Mr. Peshwa to walk you through our company's strategy and market outlook. Thank you, everyone. Over to you, Mr. Peshwa.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Raju. Good afternoon, everyone. I extend my heartfelt appreciation for each of your engagement and dedication in joining our investor call, today. Let me first begin by extending my gratitude to Mr. Raju, our CFO, for guiding us meticulously through the financials. By now, you would have explored the complex numerical details and impressive accomplishments of our company in the present year. I want to take a moment to convey my profound thanks to every member of our team whose unwavering dedication has played a pivotal role in attaining this level of success. Today, my intention is to delve a little deeper into some of the key strategies that have propelled this performance, you may say exceptional performance. Moreover, I'll provide you with insights into our forthcoming strategic direction. Throughout the preceding quarter, we have diligently executed a variety of strategic endeavors that have played a role in advancing our goal setting and fostering growth. In a testament to our achievements, the combined revenues and PAT for the first quarter this year have demonstrated an impressive year-on-year quarter-wise increase of 14.16% and 15.96% respectively for your organization. Now I am articulating some of the strategies that are helping our company to grow along with the combined efforts of our team. Number one, continuing to build client reach across geographies. This implies both increasing the clients as well as getting a higher wallet share of our clients' business. And as the client satisfaction increases, both of these will happen. Second, the introduction of many of our new products which we have done over the years, including audio ads which we have done recently, that has also helped us. And as many of you would know that the audio ad market is projected to reach around $13 billion in the next few years with an estimated 1.6 billion listeners. So some of our new product promises are not just innovations, but we believe a very profitable future, including audio ads and others. So this is number two. Number three, our company is gearing up to appoint a Chief AI Officer, someone who will be at the helm of propelling our artificial intelligence endeavors to new heights. This is especially important when we are talking of our forays in the area of generative AI. Number four, constantly adapting to new trends and embracing the ongoing changes in the mix of performance versus CPM ads. Anyone who is in digital marketing will understand and appreciate this. We also want to put on record that we have added 3 new ad agencies, 12 new direct advertisers, and 4 newspaper relationships for the B Local exchange.
आपण ज्या व्यक्तीसोबत बोलत आहात त्या व्यक्तीने
Hello. Sorry, I think there was some problem. I'll just repeat. We have added 3 new ad agencies, 12 new direct advertisers, and 4 new newspaper relationships in our B Local exchange to have a substantial reach and network. The next important point, which I think has little bit already been told in our previous investor communication, that we believe Asia Pacific, APAC, will be an epicenter of future growth. The numbers clearly say that it is reaching around 40% of the global GDP. And to enhance our presence in the Asia Pacific region, we would be establishing offices in some of the vital hubs, possibly KL and Hong Kong, and forging strategic partnerships with compatible associates. One example of that is our collaboration of LoopMe, which we have already told. Next point which we believe is that strategic long-range planning, this component will really help us to provide a roadmap to reach new heights and overcome future challenges. And in this SLRP process, we will actually have SMART goals built in. So your company plans to venture into areas of artificial intelligence, especially generative AI and quantum computing, driving innovation and value creation in the overall digital marketing and advertising space. APAC expansion opportunities, as I have previously mentioned, and we would also consider vertical integration by inorganic growth or partnering with companies in their respective industry chains. Let me talk a little bit more of generative AI. We aim to make the most of generative AI, a concept which many of you would be completely acquainted with through the mass products like ChatGPT, Midjourney, and DALL-E and others. Generative AI encompasses the artificial intelligence utilizing creative methods to produce diverse forms of content, text, images, audio, synthetic data. So this strategy will enable us to maintain a leading position in the ever-evolving tech field. So this is one of our clear stated objectives, and we will consistently explore potential organic, inorganic, and acqui-hire opportunities in this realm of generative AI for our future ventures. And finally, LoopMe, the recent successful partnership announced with LoopMe, according to me, marks a significant milestone for growth of our group. So I would like to thank all of you for your attention. Let's continue to work towards a successful and profitable future for our group, Brightcom Group. With this, I would like to hand you back to our host and MC. Thanks to all of you. Thank you. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
We now hand it over to Mr. Suresh.
Yeah, hi. So I'll just let me do a quick, very short, talk on exactly where the strategic direction of the company is. Then we can go to Q&A. So first of all, thank you all for being on the call today. It's my honor and pleasure to welcome you to this results call of Q1 23-24. And I'd like to thank our CFO, Mr. Raju, and our President of Strategy, Mr. Peshwa, for setting the whole framework up so that I don't have to say much. We have covered everything that needs to be said. So I'll just try to see if I can highlight some points. And before I do that, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to all of you for your continued support and trust, because those are very invaluable to us. I'll just underscore some accomplishments, talk a little bit of future ambitions, and then go straight to questions. I think there's a lot of queries that have come up, and I think there's a lot of interest in talking more. So in that interest, we have increased the call by 15 minutes to cover more questions. Just I'm going to make my part also quite short. So just let's jump into some key things I wanted to talk about. A recent accomplishment gives a glimpse of what the company is doing. If you take a look at Q1, consolidated revenue 1,690 crores. It's about 14.16% increase compared to last year, same quarter. While it has come a little below the guidance that we gave in the beginning of the year, but the PAT has come above the guidance. It also gives you a sense on improvement of efficiency. That said, there's the ability, certainly we have been fairly close in giving a range in terms of giving prediction. There have been a few developments. I think there are a couple of things that happened in the marketplace, such as Media Math. There was one large player in Media Math who had shut down, and there were some challenges with that. But the team pulled the socks up to address that. And similarly, there are a few other happenings in the marketplace which are also addressed very well. So we came fairly close in terms of the top line. So this is important. But that said, I still believe this is a very, very good performance compared to the last year at the same quarter. One other very significant point I want to point out is the standalone financials. If you look at the standalone financials year on year, there is a 60% jump. It's not that the software business has gone up by 60%. We've added audio advertising revenue stream into the standalone total revenue stream to our brands. And that added about 55.7 crores to the top line. And the PAT went from less than 1 crore last year's same quarter, so 55 lakhs to 9.3 crores, which includes about 4 crores of dividends. So about 5 odd crores came from audio advertising. So approximately we're doing around 10%. This is just beginning to start. So we'll see how it plays out. There have been questions regarding this on how it will play out and such. We are still not in a position to give you a clear answer how it will come out, but I believe it's good news that things are nicely falling in place in that direction. And then coming to financial guidance, our growth trajectory is backed by operational strategy, which is looking at revenue generation and cost optimization. So we always look at how we can continuously refine the financial models to change in market dynamics and make sure the profitability sustains. this has been the general plan through which we, always following the range that we have guided. So we've experienced this shortfall that we saw. We actually use this opportunity to improve efficiency. So now we are very optimistic in meeting what we have given as a guidance. That was a one quarter aberration in the marketplace. So we feel that we get back on track and make up whatever little that we fell short. Few other developments that I would like to bring to your notice. There is auditor transition that is happening, which we have already announced to the market. So we are in the process of appointing a new auditor. We are trying to find a suitable auditor to ensure robustness. We've got a lot of feedback on what kind of auditor we should get, and we are very happy with the kind of involvement and ownership that we all are taking in making sure we do the right thing. So we will do what's best, and we will continue to look for improving our, the perception of the company going forward. We will inform as soon as this appointment is done, and we will usually give a 30-day period after the announcement. So we are trying to do as soon as we can. Then there have been quite a few concerns regarding the company valuation, share price, and such. We really don't comment on it. But that said, I would like to just talk about some points that we generally look at. We are looking at analyzing the factors influencing the share price, because we believe in data analysis as well. So we like to see what's going on, what is causing this fluctuation, and we're trying to figure out strategies to make sure the intrinsic strength of our business comes out, and ensuring that any faulty players are addressed. So this is what is one initiative that we're looking at in this coming quarter. This is broadly some of the points that I'll talk more, but let me go to the a lot of questions that have come. I'll go straight to the questions that I have here. And then I can take questions from the call itself. So there's the question regarding, again, this is about valuation. With this kind of revenues and such, we should be seeing a much bigger market cap. We are currently between 5,000 crores market cap, which is about a P multiple of about 3.6 to 4. And obviously, this is not what we want to see. So there are quite a few things that we have to do, and we will do. I'm sure you'll appreciate we are just coming out of a lot of disturbances, both on the market side and other side that we are trying to address. And, so that is trying to give us some time to ensure that we will be completely on top of things and see results going forward. So the important thing, again, is being brought up a number of times, is that software governance in the company. So we are making sure that this has to be one of the primary focus areas for the company. And we may bring in a larger team to address all the issues. Any lapses that have happened or are happening as we speak have to be addressed. So we are looking at that. And you will be the first to know as these are implemented. Coming to, I believe some of the things are, points related to what we have committed and where we are lagging and how we should address that. So we understand that. So that has to be done. And improving the whole governance structure. These are things I believe will help improve the perception if you can't say it better. This is the effort that the company has taken up, and you would see the results going forward. Then comes to the next question. Yeah, revenue shortfall, I think I talked about it already. Then comes to, revenues and EBITDA specific to audio division. Approximately 55 crores came from the audio division and about 5 odd crores PAT. So you can make the calculation from there. How, the next question is related to, let me see what else. Because PL audit union, has it been submitted to the regulator. Yeah. So the process of audit committee review plus the peer audit whole process is in the works, and we have time till the 26th, I believe. But we are working diligently to get this out as soon as possible, and we should be, we will inform the market once that is done. Then there is another question regarding, there's a couple of questions regarding Media Mint deal. If we have made a payment, cash payment, or is there a stock payment where the annulment is taking time and such. Yes, there was no cash paid to Media Mint because only the stocks were assigned to the sellers, and the stocks have been blocked, and we are working on the process of annulling the same. Just taking a little more time, given a lot of things that are happening within the company as well. So, but there's nothing to be worried. It's just assured the shares are not going to go anywhere. We will absolutely annul that. This is my guarantee to you. There's no problem on that. The questions on why are we not bringing in more individual and institutional big wig investors. Yes, this is also another area that needs attention, and we will absolutely start working on that, because we have a few deadlines to meet once these are all set and done. The management attention will go towards marketing the company, marketing the brand to bigger, to a larger group of investing community and the larger investors in specific. Then let me see if there are any other questions I can answer at the top of my head. I think there's questions about corporate governance, which I think I covered. Yeah, then there's a question regarding the quantum lab. Where do we stand? Why there is no further announcement? The lab has been set up. We are working with few labs on it. And when there is something significant and substantial, we will definitely announce. It's work in progress. There's nothing much to announce on that. Work is going on. And there is also a question regarding why the promoter and the management personnel are not giving as many interviews to the market. It's just that time of the phase of the company that we decided to get everything out of the way before we get back and start talking to the media. So at this point, we will talk to them. It's not like we're averse to it, but we are not actually speaking anything. Then, share annulment, another question, which I think I answered. Asia Pacific region, yes, I think Peshwa articulated very well about what we are thinking of doing. That said, are there any specific items that you are doing? I think it's a question. Yes, you will see the announcement, and hopefully in the next couple of quarters we start seeing activity on that side. And then MediaMax, I think I covered that. There was a bankruptcy of a company called MediaMax. They had huge debt. So again, to our point, trying to be debt free is so important in varying environments of the economy. So we feel that MediaMax was unfortunate. It was a very good company. We used to have quite a few relationships with MediaMax. We were able to navigate and able to cover. We didn't have any major damage, but it was all about quickly. The guys in the ground had to quickly jump into action to sort that out quickly. So that's the story on MediaMax. When it comes to DOM settlement, why is it not getting closed in spite of reassurance in every call? I think that has become our core point. Again, kindly give us a few quarters. We'll get back to it. I think we put that on the back burner to make sure everything is clean before we go back there. So that's where we stand, and we will inform you as soon as things have to roll again on that front.
Sir, sorry to interrupt you. Your voice is trailing off a bit in between. Can you move a bit closer to the mic?
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah. So that's a couple of main points I covered. So I'm open to taking any questions. So the operator, if you can take the questions, please.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now begin the question and answer session. If you have a question, please press star and one on your telephone keypad and wait for your turn to ask the question. If you would like to withdraw your request, you may do so by pressing star and one again. First question comes from Bhupender Singh, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Good evening, Mr. Suresh.
Good evening, sir.
Hello. Yeah, my first question is regarding the progress of hello. Yeah, my first question is regarding the progress of SEBI's show cause notice and the appointment of new auditors. Regarding auditors, you have already mentioned, that it is in the progress and all. But my request is that, our request is that the big four auditors should be taken on board this time. At least, being a sector market leader, we must show to the, other companies that by appointing of big four auditors, that will be a big savior to the company.
Yes, sir. We will try. Just given the timelines and such, we'll try to get the best auditor right now, and then we will definitely look at big four as an option for sure. Definitely.
And the progress about the show cause notice of SEBI, what's the latest about that?
I would rather not talk about it right now because it's kind of sub judice of sorts. So
yeah, that we understand.
I don't mind talking about it, but I just don't want to invite trouble. So that's the reason we're being quiet for that. There's no other reason.
Okay. So last time also I've asked regarding this buyback of share by the company, and you said that this is presently not in your plan and all. And you said that in case of requirement, some amount you may go in for the buyback. So can you now, since there is a change of scenario, or do you think if there is a change of scenario, would you like to go in for the buyback, which is a great demand from the investor side also?
Yes, sir. As soon as we have taken a decision on that, we will absolutely inform. But as of now, no decision has been taken in that direction yet.
And the similar question was regarding the ESOP, this employees stock ownership plan. Any plan to buy, because more than 1 year it has been formed, but nothing has been done.
Sorry, I didn't interrupt. Please continue, sir.
Okay. So what is the latest progress about the DOM settlement? It's going on lingering on for the years together now. Every quarter the same answer is there from your side.
We put that on back burner for a couple of quarters. We requested for time because of all the pressure that we are having from various directions. So we put that on back burner. Once it is back into the main thing, we'll complete it. So right now, I think I mentioned that in the
And another old issue is there regarding the consolidation of U.S. subsidiaries and the NASDAQ listing, if it is there in your plan now.
The consolidation is in the works for sure, but again, a lot of things are happening, so we just address these things. We will go back. It has to be done. There is no choice. That is the smartest way to do it. We believe it. We continue to believe it's the right thing to do. It happens.
Yeah. So other worrisome point is regarding, every time the numbers are very good, we congratulate you for that. We are always happy, by getting the numbers of all quarters and all. My question is that in spite of that, the PE valuations are very low. हमारे रिजल्ट अच्छे आते हैं और स्टॉक मार्केट डाउन, स्टॉक प्राइस डाउन हो जाता है.
नहीं आएगा सर.
And the retail investors are always worried.
I agree. But you do have to give credit to the turnaround after a very big impact turned around, and I think it went all the way down to 9 rupees because of a lot of unexpected situations that we had to face. But it did turn around and go up, and I think it will stabilize, and eventually re-rating has to happen. We have seen that in the past. We believe as long as your fundamentals are right. Short term there may be some issues, but I think long term we should be fine. I think some of the biggest blue chips in the world have gone through this kind of phases. We are a smaller company. I believe we will come through. The effort is on, sir.
Yeah, I'm very sure, sir. We are eagerly waiting for that. And my last question, sir, very small. Lot of people are representing regarding the non-deposit of TDS with the income tax authorities. It's a very small point.
I think that's done. There was some issue, technical snag in the system that we had to go, and it took a little time. We apologize for that. Again, it's an oversight due to all the other activities that have happened. Otherwise, it will never happen. But whatever said and done, I think now it is sorted. If there is anybody who has that issue, kindly reach out to us. We will see what immediately we can be sorted. Now the system is in place. There should be nobody who can now because it's. If there is anybody, let us know. We will immediately look at it.
Right, sir. Right. So, in spite of your assurance, every time that the corporate governance will improve, but on ground we don't find something substantial because some issues remains like that only. So I hope the company will improve the corporate governance.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Next question comes from Raghav Kumar, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hello.
Hello, Mr. Raghav. Right?
Yeah. Congratulations on the results, sir. So I just had one question. Like last time we had given 30 paise of dividend when our net profits were around 912 crores, and this time it has raised to 1,372 crores, and we had reduced it from 30 paise to 10 paise. I just want to understand that rationale, and also we had set some dividend distribution policy where we have compared ourselves with Apple, Nvidia, etc., and we said we will stick to that 7% mark, and also posted that policy on the website, etc. But we are not able to follow that or keep up that dividend. So I was expecting we would increase our dividend from 30 paise to 50 paise or 1 rupee and go beyond that, because our free cash flow and net profits have been increasing very drastically.
Correct.
But if you take, we are actually taking an opposite trajectory. Just want to understand why is it. Yeah.
Thank you for bringing it up. Basically, see, when we announced the 30 paise, nobody expected that we'd give 30 paise. I think almost 60 crores that were distributed. And I think things were, the markets were strong, things were all looking very good, and so we went ahead and did it. And we also want to consider any, environmental situations before we take these calls. So hence this time we decided to keep it a little low and see if things are stable and if there are no issues with respect to, making sure we meet our guidance, making sure we meet growth rate, because also growth rate of the business is important, because that will eventually turn into the value of the company and value of the investors' stock. So it is important that we don't compromise that in an effort to give out, dividends. So that was the thinking. So we had this debate on the board, and we decided to go with 10 pulse at this time. And so this little aberration this 1 year, we will have to live with because of uncertain markets when we convene on this. So once the markets are more, once we have a better sense, and once we are also in a more stable state in terms of a lot of things with respect to, systems and everything that we are trying to put in place, I think we should be in a stronger position to take this, take this suggestion we made last year and implement it. So main reason is that we just wanted to conserve a little bit. I know it's not huge amount, but given that we are also interested in increasing the standalone financials, that is also another point. We needed to have enough in the standalone to be able to give that data. So this additional induction of audio advertising into it is also an effort to increase the standalone reserves and standalone size, so that we should be in a position to give better dividends. So these are some of the considerations with which we could not give 30 paise or above. So this time we are going to stick with 10 paise.
Okay, sir. So the majority of the investors have the concern, like for last 6 to 7 years, we have been having consistently good profit numbers of above 500 crores. Now we have reached 1,000 crores, 1,400 crores, and next year we would be hitting around 1,650 crores as projected. But for the individual retail investors, there has been no value addition either in terms of very good dividends or buybacks. Like we are expecting the market will appreciate our growth and it will actually improve the share price. But it's just looking at the profits, the market doesn't seem to appreciate our growth. So what they are expecting from us is to see that growth in reality, where the retail investors and majority of the investors are awarded either in terms of good buybacks or good dividends. So how does the market believe like we are making so much profits and it adds value to all of the investors who have stayed for very long time, more than 6 to 8 years?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So yes, yeah. See, again, I think I don't want to repeat what I just said. The important thing is to sustain and grow the business, which will translate into value of the business. So we have taken that direction. That there are companies in the world which don't give dividend, but price goes up and the shareholders are benefited. And if you look at our 6-7 years ago, our market cap was almost next to nothing, and I think people have benefited. And in the shorter term, if you look at last 1-2 years, it has gone up and down, but still it's way beyond where it was at that time. So in terms of value, retail investors who have been with us have definitely seen some value. And I believe even now, given the current PE ratio, investors will stay the course, will see very huge value in the growth of the business. And I think that's much more, satisfying. You get a lot more by doing that as opposed to taking the money out and dealing it out under pressure. So we just want to do the right thing, and that is the thinking. There is no other point here.
Okay, so in that aspect, like right now, we are going to appoint our new Indian auditors as the current auditors have resigned. At least can we consider the Big Four auditors to be appointed in India? So what I am thinking, how can we instill the faith in the market so that the value gets added? We just keep on talking that value will get automatically added to our stock. But unless we take these kind of measures which make the market to believe, then how it's going to automatically happen was my real concern. So if you are going to appoint one of the big four as auditor in India, so that will be a very big turning point or starting point to make the markets believe like, okay, everything is going right at this company. And that will automatically bring in all kind of investors, mutual funds, DAS, FIS, etc. Or else, first option would be Big Four would be appreciated. If not, there are many big auditors in India, or big names are there. Can we look at them instead of appointing like Tier 4, Tier 5 kind of auditors who no one knows or understands their name in the country?
Yeah, we are looking at all the options.
Yeah, okay, sir. Yeah, these are my concerns.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, thanks for being on.
Thank you. I request the participants to restrict with 2 questions in the initial round and join back the queue for more questions. Next question comes from Blessing George, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hi, am I audible?
Yes,
Yes,
please
sir.
go ahead.
Hi, congrats sir, for your excellent Q1 results. 3 quick questions. One is, what is the nature of the engagement with Lupmi, and what do you see as strategic advantages that comes from this partnership, specifically for Brightcom? That's one. Number 2, I understand that Online Media Solutions was audited by Ernst & Young. Given that we have had the current auditor move away, is it possible to engage with EY for the consolidated? Number 3 is we have requested for 45 days extension to the SCN reply. is it possible to give, could you give us your expectation on the timelines for a resolution?
Yeah. I missed the first question. Can you please repeat the first question?
Yes.
The other two
So I was asking about the nature of the engagement, of your engagement with LoopMe. What are the strategic advantages that Brightcom could leverage? How important is this partnership?
The LoopMe engagement. Got it. That's fine.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So one is LoopMe. The second one is
It's about Ernst & Young Online Media Solutions.
The second question was what? Sorry, can you please repeat the second one?
About Ernst & Young, online media solutions being currently audited by Ernst & Young. Is it possible to engage the consolidated with Ernst & Young?
Okay, got it. And third one is regarding the SCM.
Yes.
Regarding the 45 days extension of
yes, exactly. And your expectation, rough expectations on the timeline.
Got it. Yeah, let me see how I can answer this. Okay, engagement of LoopMe. See, what has happened is after December 1st, the whole ChatGPT explosion and world has not been the same. Every business and every tech company is now trying to do an AI implementation. So in this rat race of implementing AI, which will bring maximum benefit to a business, some players got ahead of others. LoopMe was one of them in terms of implementing AI for digital advertising. So they have done a fantastic job. And we're also working on implementing our AI in our system, but they have been ahead of everybody in the marketplace. So we felt it makes sense to collaborate with them because we would get access. It's like a huge partner you can have, where our network size gets larger. Let me explain a little bit here. I may get a little technical, but the point is, if you have an advertising network, the size of your revenue, the size of your profits, and the size of the kind of advertisers and publishers that come to you depends upon your network size, meaning how many impressions that pass through your network, whether your own or your affiliates. So bringing somebody like LoopMe enhances the network value in a big way, plus brings the capability of bringing AI-based advertising. So this is the core advantage of shaking hands with them. So that is the fundamental idea. I don't want to get into the details of who gets what and all that. That is, that is between the company and LoopMe, and anything they are considered confidential. But it will help us increase our revenue. It will help us, sell our product set more effectively because of the presence of LoopMe's AI solution. That is I'll stop at that. Coming to EY, EY or same question. I think everybody is talking about why don't you bring in Big Four or things like that. There are practical considerations one needs to consider, given a short time that we have and signing up people. So we are doing our best to get the best auditor we can, and definitely we will try to do justice to the expectations there. And so the EY is specifically doing only the Israeli entity right now, whereas we are looking at the Indian parent plus the consolidation. So they're different, and they're completely different set of people. So it will not help having a relationship with EY in Israel. It's completely different in that sense. So that is the business details of how that will work. Now coming to the audit committee, like I said, this is kind of sub judice. I don't want to talk too much more than I'm allowed to, because this is the committee, audit committee. I'm not part of the committee. The committee is, I go into its present information. The audit committee is looking at all the things that have been, for which they have been given directions to examine. And then once that is done, it will go to the peer review auditor to complete the transaction. So I think work is in progress. It is not a company, it's not that, it is the audit committee's job, and they are doing a very good job at it. Once it is done, it will be sent and we will take permission to inform the market on that. That's broadly my answers to all these questions. I hope that satisfies you. If not, please ask me anything else. No problem.
That makes sense. Just quickly on the last point, would you expect it to take more than a year?
Do I expect it to
take more than a year, a resolution to the show cause notice?
I don't know. I cannot take
no worries.
We cannot take anything. I think no, we are doing everything we can from the company side, and we have actually stopped other initiatives to focus on ensuring we meet the regulatory obligations. So right now, that is the most important right now. So in terms of management attention, we are doing everything we can to address that first.
Thank you, sir. Okay.
And Suresh, this is Ishta. Suresh.
Hello? Yeah,
hello, Suresh. You might have to speak a bit closer to the this thing.
Oh,
because
no, I'm having a bad connection today.
Yeah. No, I got feedback from BSNL. So if you can. Yeah, thanks, Suresh.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you. Next question comes from Prakash Kumar, an individual investor. Please go ahead. I repeat, question comes from Prakash Kumar, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, please go ahead, Mr. Prakash.
Good evening, Sureshji. Thanks for the opportunity. In the interest of time for the investors, I'll be quick with my queries. So I have two queries. The first one is with respect to the strategic planning. One of the pillars you're talking about, the brand building investment. Okay. So my query is, so what are the concrete steps we are going to take to actually cover the basic awareness about the AdTech world for the investors community? Like, can we increase the awareness about the business, what kind of services, what kind of products we sell to the publishers, or even whether we are in the SSP, DSP, publisher partnership, what kind of contract natures are there? Secondly, we have 16 subsidiaries. Apart from the OMS and maybe one other subsidiary, I don't think anybody is aware about the other 14 subsidiaries. We do not have any basic information about those subsidiaries. Can we cover at least the basic details about those subsidiaries in the investor presentations? My idea about my idea behind these two things. Just allow me to complete this first question. The idea behind this, covering the basic details on the products and services, SSP, DSP, what kind of services we are in, and the subsidy details. It will increase the awareness of the people about the Brightcom group, basic awareness to the investors. So what kind of, what are the levers for the revenue you are talking about? The 1,700 crores we clocked in Q1, right? Second is, can we have more detail in the second part, same investor communication part? Can we have more detailing for the annual reporting? Can we have, in the schedules, can we talk more about what kind of the advances we have given to those 1,400 crores, those 3,000 crores receivables are there? What is the aging of those receivables? How old are those receivables? Are they old more than 6 months? Are they old more than 1 year? No, we do not have any basic understanding about those kind of outstanding, those kind of working capital which are stuck. We understand it's a very capital intensive industry, but at least the basic awareness in the schedules we can cover in the annual report at least. So idea behind this whole communication part is it will definitely improve the awareness of the basics of the company, the subsidiaries, what kind of services they provide. They provide the back-end services to the front-end business of the company, or they have their own set of customers, right? So this is the first one.
Yeah.
The second one is you just talked one of the previous investors, he talked about the consultation of overseas businesses. If I remember correctly, you yourself had talked about this consultation quite a number of times in previous quarters. In fact, if I go a little bit long back in 2020, there was a board approval for this, the restructuring of all the business in the US, and then finally listing them. So my specific question is there. As I understand, BCG India entity will be subscribing to the 100% shares of that, that consolidated entity which will be listed in US, right? So if you go for listing, so I'm interested in the ballpark number, what kind of equity dilution in that subsidiary will be happening. Just a ballpark number, maybe 20%, 30%, 40% or more than that. Just a ballpark number will be good enough for me. Second is, in the same question, part B, is any of the existing promoter entity in the BCG group, the India entity, will any of the promoter entity will be also participating in that equity dilution which will happen in the while listing of the subsidiary business? Just a yes or no will be good enough, right? And the third part is basically what is the expected timeline we are looking for? Maybe a very high level number like maybe 1.5 years or 2 years or 3 years will be good enough. So these are only 2 queries for you.
Okay. So to elaborate, sir.
I hope I'm clear with my yeah. I hope I'm clear with my queries.
Cover all your points. So I think thank you for going in depth into all this thinking for us. Appreciate your thought process. Now coming to the brand and annual reporting, let me first address that question. So in terms of the brand, there is one brand, which is Brightcom. Okay, that's why we call the parent as Brightcom Group. So Brightcom is the same brand that exists across all the locations. Yes, we do have VoloMP, which is email marketing solution, and we have a few other smaller brands like that. But in terms of digital advertising, digital marketing, that campaign management, that whole works is all under Brightcom. So it is all done under Brightcom. And then we do have some other collaborations that we work, like Onomagic and things like that. So brand-wise, that is consistent. Now, your point is well received in terms of we should elaborate more on all the subsidiaries. But in essence, they are all the front end of the same engine. So it may get monotonous of talking the same thing on everything because it is just different locations. Definitely, the clients in each location are different. If I go into Argentina, I'll have Argentinian advertisers, Argentinian publishers, some global publishers who have Argentinian traffic. So that is the mix. So we will try to explain that more in our next presentation. I think your point is well received. I think we should look at it.
With your permission, I would like to interrupt here, if you allow.
Please go ahead.
Yeah, I think I was not clear in my query. I'll tell you one thing very, very clear. We have very good numbers. We are doing very good every quarter and quarter, year on year. But I'll tell you, out of those 5 lakh investors, if you ask them how many of them actually understand whether we are in SSP or DSP, we are in digital media, what is the share of SSP to our revenue, what is the share of DSP, what is the share of CTV, nobody understands. Trust me, nobody understands.
No, just let me make fun. If you go into the presentations that we are given through 2020 till now, all you have to go into, every detail has been explained in very detail.
Suelji, I have gone through all the last 3 queries.
So that's my point. So all I'm trying to say is we cannot give all the details every time. We have been told that please keep it, again, feedback from the shareholder community that keep it pointed to that particular quarter. But your point taken, it's been a while since we have done that. We will do a very detailed presentation which will have the entire information. It's about time. We will do it. There's no 2,000.
Please do it.
You'll find everything. Everything you ask for is there. It is out there in the public domain.
I have gone through BCG. I'm a loyal investor of BCG. I've gone through. Trust me, I go through a competitor. I go through the global players, PubMatic, Magnite. Trust me, we are nowhere to the kind of content they covered in the investor presentation and the annual report. They cover the detailing as big as as large as possible it can go. It's just a suggestion from my side. Yeah.
Yeah. Point very good point. We'll take that. Done. For sure. And the second point is, yes, we've got the same feedback with respect to our annual reporting in terms of giving more details. So this particular annual report, there's emphasis from both the audit committee and the management to make sure that a lot more clarity is given. So that is work in progress. And we'll see a much more detailed annual report this year. That we are already working on, and I'm glad that you brought it up. You noticed and brought it up. So thank you for that. Then comes the second question. What was the second question? I lost track. Sorry.
Yeah. You want me to repeat it?
Second question was about annual reporting, correct? Yeah. Second question was
No. Second question was basically about this consultation. The US subsidiary. You talked about the consultation.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
So I had very two specific questions.
Right now, that initiative is on hold. We just want to, set things right, everything here properly before we go back to that. So that is on hold at this point. So your question regarding how long will it take, whether a promoter some entity will participate, all that, we are talking about a good 1.5 years, 2 years before we do that. It is not going to happen like that.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next question comes from Ian Bidane, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hi, Suresh. Good evening.
Good evening, Ian. Please go ahead.
Yeah.
How are you, sir?
Good evening. I'm doing good. Good evening, everybody also who's joining the conference call. I just want to ask you a question regarding these joint ventures which I've been seeing, we've been doing right now. Like we initially thought of acquiring the company, but now we're going to join with the ventures wherever possible. So is it best for the company, because we are utilizing a capital in the best possible way instead of going and buying a company and having second thoughts, why did we buy this company? Because a bird in hand is worth two in the bush, Bird, and by bird
I'm sorry to interrupt you, sir. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Just a moment, sir. Dear participant, kindly stay connected while we connect the management team back on the call. Dear participants, kindly stay connected while we connect the management team back on the call. I welcome back the management team. Please go ahead, sir.
Yeah, sorry, I got disconnected.
I also don't know where we got cut off, so I'll start from the beginning.
Yeah.
Regarding these joint ventures we are having right now with LoopMe and the other guys. So I just want to know, is it we had actually planned to acquire a couple of companies, which we changed our thoughts midway. So is it because we thought acquiring companies is not the forte, because maybe we don't know what we are acquiring, and down the lane their technology may be obsolete, and we may no longer require them, and our capital will go to waste, because we've seen very good companies acquiring companies and later on regretting their decision. So is this the reason we are going for joint ventures and partnership sort of things, because a bird in hand is worth two in the bush, like bird being cash?
Yeah, can I explain this thought process?
Yeah.
So I think you in a very broad way covered the same point that we had made a few quarters ago when we were talking about new approach. So fundamentally, if we've done acquisitions, we've done a lot of acquisitions, and when you make an acquisition, you don't acquire just the technology, you don't acquire just people, you don't acquire just clients. It is a composite. You buy the whole thing, which will add to you. So when we did acquisitions, for example, Lab Dynamics back in the day, that was the first acquisition as a small company we had done. We were a back-end company, and we bought a company which was a front-end company, which we didn't know anything about how it works. So it was also to learn how that works and give us an entry into that. So there are two things. One was bringing capability that the company does not exist. We are bringing in as a buy strategy. Two is a geography. When we bought companies which are all over the South American region, or whether they are in parts of Australia or Europe. So that is the reason when we bought OMS. So if we didn't do OMS, we wouldn't have gone. So that logic of just saying, oh, we lose technology, it's not that. More importantly, what is it, the fundamental thought process behind making that acquisition? So now we have a decent footprint. I'm not saying no to acquisitions right now, but we are going to pick and choose which will be a joint venture and which will be a acquisition. So when we do an acquisition, that has to fill in something that we do not have. And it's a changing landscape. And if we can transition, if we can actually build it for half the price, there is no reason for us to put that kind of money to buy somebody. So those calls are made fundamentally from understanding what is the right use of funds. So that is the logic behind taking the JV route, where we are working out, we are going to contribute so much. And we already have a product that is working or a technology that's working. We work together, we give them our entire reach, which is our network, and their technology. Together we make money. So then they get their share and we get our share. So that is the logic behind the JV strategy that we are adopting right now. Okay. We will still look at, let us say we want to get into China. We don't have any presence in China right now. So let's say we want to go, we find a network which is China-based. And it has the strength to give us the big reach and understanding of how to operate in China. Because we did try in the past and we decided we pulled off because we were not successfully able to run that. So some of those things which we cannot do, we do not have, we try to do through an acquisition. So it's a very long conversation. I don't want to take up the entire call on this. Yeah. But the logic is, what does it fit into? Whether it is, we are always evaluating buy versus build. That is the logic.
My follow-up question would be, is that why we are not going in for a buyback or giving an extravagant dividend, because we want to conserve cash for future, maybe if you get a real good deal for those acquisitions? Is that the reason, one of the reasons, or is that the reason?
Yes. Yeah, the idea here is we need to build a global brand to reckon with on a global scale. To do that, you need to have enough firepower when the right opportunity shows up. So that is the thinking, 100%.
So we are building a war chest. And second, my actual question, I know it's been answered, but I would just put in a suggestion over here, is to dedicating an experienced person just to monitor or address the market cap issue of the company. I mean, a guy, I would quote over here, it takes a thief to catch a thief. So I don't want to appoint a thief, but let's appoint a guy who's very savvy towards these market cap issues, who understands who's buying, who's selling, who's manipulating the price. So if we do that, maybe this one agenda, one guy will cut out 90% of your tension given the market cap issues.
Yeah, I think this will all get sorted out again. I'm not too.
I know I have got.
I think it will all get sorted out. So there has been a little. You have to understand there are a few things events that have happened.
Suresh, I deserve a cake this time around because I think I'm in my 10th year. So 10th year, 1 decade anniversary should be, one cake should be that for me and other investors also, for being patient with this company.
Yes,
with that company.
You'll get your cake. No problem. You'll get your cake. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Should we call it, or do you have more questions?
No, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much. So again, I appreciate the time taken by all of you to attend this call. I hope you got the value for it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes your conference for today. Thank you for your participation and for using Doorsabha's conference call service. You may disconnect your lines now. Thank you and have a good day.